Shall we? Yeah. Boys, girls, everyone? Let's fucking go.
Yeah,
By the way, so Mount Rushmore season is going to start either next week or the week after.
Well, now there's game Tuesday guaranteed.
Yeah.
So
I know.
Yeah.
I said next week or the week after.
Yeah, I'm just thinking on the schedule.
Yeah, Friday or Monday.
Well, now we have a guaranteed game Tuesday.
That's true.
I think there's a guaranteed game Tuesday.
You're going to have to, get back into speed of this crew.
We're 7 steps ahead of you, Jake.
We've been humming.
This isn't wakeboard on a Tuesday.
Pardon my take, YouTube, like and subscribe, best podcast in the world, like and subscribe, like and subscribe.
On today's Pardon My Take, we have NBA Finals Game 4 in the books. Bryson DeChambeau being an 8-year-old. That's not my words. That's his manufacturer's words, Cobra Golf. We have Kentucky Sports Radio, best of. Always one of our favorite days of the year. Some great callers. Joanne, especially Joanne, who absolutely dunked on us. Basically called us out for being idiots. So we put that in the show. Very, very fun. And we have Firefest of the Week. And we're all back together now. Jake is here as well. So we are brought to you by our friends at Chevy. Chevy has the strongest, most advanced Silverado ever. Silverado is strong, advanced, dependable, hardworking, and Silverado is dependable like the people who drive them. The design is big, bold, and commanding. If you want to be a truck person, if you are a truck person, well, you need to be driving a Chevy Silverado because you can do everything. You can tailgate. You can haul your boat to the lake on the weekend. You can tow. You can off-road. You can moving day, help out people around you. Road trips. Everything is covered in the Chevy Silverado. Or just how about just driving around town and feeling like the man or the woman around town in your awesome Chevy Silverado. We're still running the deal. If you whisper in a Chevy Silverado sales agent's ear and say PMT or take or Billy Football, you will get $100 off your Chevy Silverado and a free tank of gas and a cup of coffee. So check it out, Chevy Silverado. We're truck guys. Chevy Silverado, greatest truck ever created, the strongest, most advanced Silverado ever. So thank you to Chevy Silverado, our wonderful sponsor. Okay, let's go. Welcome to Pardon My Take, presented by the strongest, most advanced Silverado ever, Chevy Silverado. Today is Friday, July 16th, and we officially have a series, boys. We officially have a series in NBA Finals. The Bucks have evened it up. Ooh, boy, was that an awesome game.
I mean, it gave us maybe the best moment of any finals in the last probably 3 or 4 years. That block.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Devin Booker's 9th foul.
Well, it's Devin Booker's 10th foul.
Yeah.
He just fouled again.
Yeah.
Have you heard that one yet?
Oh.
Devin Booker had 7 fouls.
Can I just...
The first guy
we're
to
going
have
to talk about the block.
A quadruple double.
Can I just say shout out to the Suns fans who have... I've seen them lurking around being like, it's unfair that Giannis didn't go fully out of bounds for that one inbound at the end of the game. It's like Devin Booker had 8 fouls.
Yeah. Also, Devin Booker, you could make the argument that maybe you would have been better off if they didn't make that basket right afterwards. Obviously, in the heat of the moment, you want Devin Booker on your team for the rest of the game.
I think he was the only one who was doing it for the Suns. But yeah, that block, Giannis's block, pantheon of blocks.
I'd say it's
Greatest
top
finals block in history.
I'd say it's the greatest turnaround.
No question.
Yeah. Greatest Mike Breen witnessed finals block of all time.
It also was maybe the highest block of all time in NBA Finals history because of where it took place. It took place so far above the rim.
Yeah.
That it was just insane. And I know that I think what I was thinking about it more because it's one of those plays that I woke up still thinking about it. And the reason why I love it so much is when you get to a finals in a league, what you're hoping for as a fan is to see guys playing at their absolute apex and best on best and best plays on best plays. And Devin Booker even having the presence of mind to throw that lob, which was a great lob, and DeAndre Ayton, who's been playing great in all playoffs, and then Giannis coming over the top and blocking that ball. It was magnificent. I want to say it's magnificent.
I think that between Ayton and Giannis, that might have been the most combined feet and height of a block of all time.
Yeah, and what my greater point is I know that there was parts of that game. That game was stupid and awesome at the same time because, like, you know, Jay Crowder's flopping everywhere, PJ Tucker's flopping everywhere, Drew Holiday's missing every shot.
I'm going to
Chris Paul is
I'm going
drunk.
to give the stinker of the night award to Chris Paul.
Well,
the Chris Paul "What Did You Make Me Watch" award goes to Chris Paul.
It was so there was parts of the game that were just chaos and bad and whatever, but it was exciting. And then my point is when you get to these moments and you see the peak like level of athleticism and talent shine through in what Giannis did. Like there's I mean, I don't know anyone else who could make that play in that moment. And Giannis coming off of what? He fucking broke his knee like 3 weeks ago. It was just awesome.
It was like 14 days ago. His knee bent to the side. We all saw it happen. Like, we didn't just make that up. His knee literally hyperextended. Everyone thought he had torn ACL, torn PCL, torn MCL, and he's able to pivot off that foot, leap off that 1 foot, and then sky probably like 12 and a half feet into the air with his hand and time the block perfectly on a guy that is awesome at dunking the ball, the guy that did the alley-oop.
Yep.
And I forget who I saw say it. Somebody said this online. Find me who tweeted this out, Jake. Someone said, "I've never seen a guy defend the alley and the oop at the same time."
Yeah,
and that's literally what happened.
Yes, he was doing it all, and it was. Shout out ESPN for not showing a replay right away. That was very, very good presence of mind. They decided to instead show a replay of Chris Paul's 10th turnover of the night. That was kind of the game. Like the Suns were sloppy with the ball, and the Bucks weren't, and the Bucks were awesome on offensive rebounds. Shout out Pat Connaughton, because I know I give him shit, and I do think that he's in a spot that you would like for Pat Connaughton to not have to play that many minutes, but even like the minutes the fact that he's playing and he plays so goddamn hard and he's actually made some huge shots. There's been moments where you look at it, you're like, that doesn't fit right now, but he keeps on like trying his absolute hardest, and he's making big plays and he's making big rebounds. And I think I might just become a Pat Connaughton guy. And there was a stat that he struck out Jameis Winston, and then also, what was that, all in the same year?
I'm not sure. When I was in high school, he was like similar age, and he was on every magazine. Like he was like the greatest prospect in Massachusetts high school history.
He was awesome. I mean,
baseball and basketball. Again,
there are moments where you're like, uh-oh, Pat Connaughton, like when he basically tried to pass the ball underneath the hoop with 3 guys on him. But he's been like integral to the Bucks' success in the last 2 games.
You could definitely say that he is like the American version of Delhi in this playoff series.
Sure.
That like every word that you use to describe Delhi, that is Connaughton.
All roads lead back to Delhi.
All roads lead, but it's exactly true. Like if you look back, I'm not getting bonked for Delhi. Nothing wrong with being horny for a fellow Australian.
Talk to me in my language. How is he like Delhi?
How he is like Delhi. Give me an analogy where he's either Delhi, Greeny, or Danny Woodhead.
Well, I'll
appreciate him.
I'd say he's got more offense than Delhi.
Well, Delhi had a couple of those games when he was helping LeBron out in the finals, the year that they won, and the year that he put the clamps on Steph Curry when Kyrie Irving went out.
Yes.
But you do have to have role players play better at home, and that's what's happening.
And Chris Middleton, I mean, I can't believe we've gotten this far and not talked about that. Like, I like that Chris Middleton now has everyone befuddled because we have this rule in media and how we digest all these games. Like, are you a superstar or not? 40 points, you should be a superstar. But he's not. He's not. He's just a guy who's very good and then sometimes great. And I think that's a totally fine place to put him. So he was incredible. And we should talk about Chris Paul. Chris Paul, are we going to do the injured thing?
I think that it's not necessarily an injury. I don't know what vertigo is. Is that considered an injury, or is that considered disease or an ailment?
Scared of heights.
I think he has vertigo because he looked dizzy when he was trying to dribble the ball. Like he didn't know where the ball was going to come up after it hit the ground after he dribbled it. I don't know. Like I feel like it maybe something with his hand or maybe mental.
It's weird. I feel very bad for our friend Ryan Russillo. That's a tough mountain to be on right now with Chris Paul. You hope that he's injured. Not that I hope that he's injured, but you hope that that's...
It's not just who he is.
Yeah, it's not like a mental thing that he just can't play basketball in the biggest moments.
Yeah, the Monstars got him. Actually, it looked like it honestly looked like he was dizzy out there. For Ryan's sake, you have to hope that... I mean, he's got to be injured because if he wasn't injured, you were really wrong about Chris Paul being a good player. Like,
and that's your
yikes.
job, right?
That's your job to watch the tape.
Yeah, he does watch the tape. Yeah, he has not been good. Jrue Holiday has been great on defense. He can't hit a shot to save his life, but he's great on defense. So it's Chris Paul looks drunk, maybe injured, but you also have to give credit to Jrue Holiday for playing great defense. And the weirdest one was when Chris Paul, he was deferring to Campaign in like big moments, and the one guy you don't want to defer to is Campaign, because Campaign will take that deferment and then just shoot every single shot. You
have to put a very short leash on Campaign.
I tweeted it last night, but there is something about Campaign, and I actually think that you get value out of a guy who's I think he's starting, but coming off the bench or like playing those type of minutes, who has the I'm the best guy out here feeling, because you want someone who
Mamba mentality.
who will, even though he's not, you want someone who will give you those minutes, like, oh, he can maybe take over, get hot. But the best thing that happens in every game is when Campaign is like, I got this, and then he doesn't even come close to having it, and gets like, he got blocked by, I can't remember who blocked him. I think it might have been Pat Connaughton, but he basically dribbled directly into 4 people and was like, I got this, and wasn't even close to
Hero
having
ball,
it.
yeah. I like Campaign because he's not afraid, but you have to, if you're a coach, your job is to make Campaign afraid occasionally.
Yeah.
Like, put a healthy fear of the basket into him. Be like, hey, listen, if you got one-on-one and there's absolutely nobody else who's open for a pass and there's 5 seconds left on the shot clock, you have the green light.
Yes.
That's the Campaign green light. Anything above that, it's like, let's try to play some team basketball. But shout out to Buds, the man in black.
Oh, yeah.
Looking like a legend on the sidelines, looking like Johnny Cash. I think Buds is a guy that looks better when he's not wearing a suit. Most other coaches, it's like, be nice to see that guy wearing a tie occasionally. Buds, he lives for that man in black look.
Yeah, and he's I likened him to like a frustrated, overworked restaurant manager, because he has that face where he's like, ugh, another fucking six top. It's
Yeah.
like it's like 10:30 and we close at 11.
I could see that. I could also see like the head bartender at an upscale chain restaurant.
Mm-hmm.
The guy that's back there pouring the specialty cocktails, and he'll get mad at you if you don't like the cocktail he serves you. He's like, actually, those are impeccable ingredients.
Yes. So it was a great game. It was a stupid game. It was a great game. What do you got, Jake?
Yeah, I got a few things following up from earlier. First off, there was a guy named Soapy who said defending the alley and the oop.
Yep.
Second off, Pat Connaughton struck out Jameis and dunked on Jabari Parker.
There it is.
Ooh.
Which both of those haven't aged great.
In
Jabari
college,
and
though.
Jameis. Yeah, in college though.
Yeah.
Striking out Jameis.
Yeah, he can't see.
Yeah, that's
thought he was a
that
pitcher, too.
That was pre-LASIK.
He might have hit a home run off Jameis. Jameis was a pitcher, but I think he also hit.
And then lastly, Vertigo is technically a sensation of
Okay.
whirling and loss.
That's what he's got.
Got it.
Chris
Yeah.
Paul with a sensation.
Hitchcock.
If Chris Paul's hurt or has vertigo or is just mentally not able to step up to this moment, I think the Suns are in big trouble. Because you had Devin Booker is doing everything now, and he was phenomenal. Like that third quarter was incredible. Obviously, the foul trouble hurt him, and especially the 8 fouls he had. But man, you need Chris Paul to do more than 2 points or whatever he scored.
I think they'll be okay once they get it back to the Valley, because the fans down in Phoenix have not left the stadium. I think that's the same group of fans from the last game that they keep flashing to and showing, hey, these guys are in the arena right now. They've been doing Bonnaroo for the last 4 or 5 days. They'll be ready to go. In this series, you definitely see each team is a completely different team at home.
Yeah, absolutely. And there's been, the games besides game 3 and game 1, like game 2 and 4, I have been fairly close. I just don't. You need Chris Paul. Like, that's not a hot take. That's not a crazy thing to say. You need Chris Paul to be playing as best as possible
Does he have
to win this series.
Does he have double COVID?
He's got
long
the
haul.
long effects of COVID. I'm
Yeah.
sure there's someone who's throwing that out there.
Yep, Dan Wilkins firing up that column right now.
He's like, well, this is why we should have canceled the series as soon as he came down with COVID.
This is why we should cancel balls.
Yes. Anything else from the game? Again, it was just cool to watch a game it felt like the stakes were so monumental, fans rocking. It was just awesome. I loved it. I loved every second of that game. Let me see. How many points did Chris Paul score? He ended up with 10 points. I think he had that. he did score a layup with 3 seconds left. That was just very much, hey, this is good that I'm going to get this on the stat sheet.
He went coast to coast to beat the clock.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
I like it. One other note, I think it was a tie game at halftime. I hate that because they're doing the Taco Bell. You come back, you win
Yeah.
a free Doritos Locos taco. They'll bring the taco back, and if it's a tie game, then no team can come back, and you lose the prospect of a free taco at halftime. You lost a lot of viewers on that one, Taco
It should
Bell.
be whoever scores the first point, then the other team is the comeback team in the second half.
Yes, I like that too.
It's not hard.
Or just, how about this? Just give everybody a taco, Taco Bell.
Yeah.
Or just, steal the ball, get a taco. It's a little bit easier than baseball, like to steal a base, get a taco, but
Well,
who
yeah, I
cares?
mean, Chris Paul, you just have to stand around Chris Paul
Right.
and you can get a steal at this point. He had 5 turnovers and 5 made field goals. That's not good.
I mean, if Kava is smart, they'll be like, if Giannis gets a double-double, you get a free Euro.
Yeah, that would be good too. I'd take that. Yeah, I'm just excited. I don't know. People are probably going to say it's lame, but I just love big moments, and I love the fact that we have a Saturday night. Like, whenever you get a series officially becoming a series, and it's 2-2, and Game 5 feels like all the stakes. It's a Saturday night. You can basically have it be the tent pole of your weekend. Like, I can't wait for the Saturday night Game 5 NBA Finals.
I mean, I don't know if anyone's going to call us lame for being like, that block was awesome.
No,
that block, honestly, I know what you're getting at.
Yeah.
When you see a guy do something at the peak of his athletic performance in the biggest moment possible, it's life-affirming.
Yes.
That's why I like watching sports, is to see people do exactly that.
Yes.
So thank you, Giannis, for making me feel like for a night, I have not wasted my life.
It's the moments when everyone is playing at their absolute best, and that wasn't the case for the whole teams, but when Devin Booker and DeAndre Ayton are running a pick and roll and the alley-oop, and Giannis is able to block it. I mean, it's fucking best.
He explained what went through his mind, and that's, to me, might even be crazier, like listening to him talk about all the things that he thought in that quarter of a second. He was like, well, I came off Ayton because I wanted to step into the lane and help, and then I could feel Ayton behind me cutting to the rim. No, he was like 3 feet away. He felt him with like a sixth sense.
Yeah.
Extrasensory perception, felt Ayton going to the rim, and then when the ball went in the air, he realized he couldn't get to Ayton fast enough, so he jumped towards the rim instead. All that went through his brain while taking a step off of his injured knee, leaping higher than any human on earth can get, and then having the presence of mind to like get to the ball and block the shot. To me, that's more impressive than quantum physics.
And fingertips.
And
he blocked it
fingertips.
with his fingertips.
That to me is the peak of human performance. I don't care about the theory of relativity. I don't care about astrophysics. I think if you took Giannis in a room for long enough, you could teach him all the stuff Neil deGrasse Tyson knows. You could not teach Neil deGrasse Tyson how to swat a play in the fourth quarter of an NBA Finals.
Yeah, no, absolutely not. And I also am just happy that when a shitty call happens, you hope it doesn't decide the game. So in a weird way, I was very happy that the Bucks won after the Devin Booker. I don't know what Devin Booker was thinking. Like, that was insane that he was thinking that. And that foul doesn't end up impacting the end of the game. So like that, whenever something like that happens at the highest stakes, you just hope that it doesn't change everything.
Devin Booker was just trying to make a play there, Big Cat. That's what you say when you make the dumbest mistake of all time. I'm just out there trying to make a play.
It was madness because it was Devin Booker, what are you doing? Devin Booker, what are you doing? Refs, what are you doing? Oh, Giannis just put back a layup where he was basically behind the backboard when he released it.
Yeah, what Giannis did here is like going out to get the worst meal ever, but having the best sauce that's on it. So we were served a shit sandwich, and then the best queso ever came in and saved the day.
And Chris Middleton, legacy, he's racking up the legacy quarters and games.
I mean, yeah, well,
he might actually be the best. By the end of this, if the Bucks end up winning this, Chris Middleton might be the best player in the NBA, just purely on how many legacy games does he have.
I think he's had a couple legacy halves.
And quarters.
And well, definitely quarters, because you got to have two of those to make a legacy half. I would like to see him put together a legacy series.
Yeah, I mean, last night was a legacy game. So if he's
I don't think you can have a legacy game if your legacy game is overshadowed by a legacy play.
No, but Chris Middleton was the reason why they won that game.
Yeah, but that legacy block,
he was so incredible. So
I think that you have to,
and
in order to have a legacy game, you have to have the biggest highlight from that game.
Agreed.
I don't know
Who's winning the series?
Suns.
I think the Bucks. I do.
Me too.
I think it's Suns.
I just, and it's based solely on the fact that I we always mock whenever Steph Curry has a bad game and we're like, well, he must be injured his ankle. We mock that storyline that always pops up. I do actually think Chris Paul has some type of injury because there is no explanation for how he's playing. And if he has that type of injury, the Suns are kind of fucked.
Yeah.
They are. They're like you need hot take. You need your second best player to be the second best player if you're going to win the title.
Either that, or you need Campaign to have a double. You need Jay Crowder to shoot like 70% from
Campaign
three.
could do that. Don't
Campaign,
tempt him.
I'm not. You need 8 and a half 30.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to find enough points out here in the box score to make it work. It's possible, but it's not likely. So like Chris Paul, I think he'll be okay at home. Just get him back in the sweat lodge. He'll be good. Give him some of that good peyote that they got in the desert.
Yeah. All right. Let's get to. We got some other things we got to talk about before we do that. Light Boxer. Light Boxer is a new at-home boxing fitness experience. Imagine the at-home workout equivalent of Guitar Hero, Rock Band, or Dance Dance Revolution with better music and full body workout. Light Boxer makes working out fun and competitive. Exclusive music licensing partnerships to get the newest and best tracks. There's a team of gamers and DJs, program punch sequences for each song. You don't feel like you're working out. It's awesome to use. It feels like you're playing a video game, but you're getting a great workout, and there's all different types of difficulty options and skill levels, so you don't feel like you're just, jumping into fighting Mike Tyson. So you can track your accuracy and power for each workout. The profile tracks results so you can get better, go head-to-head and compare results with friends, or try to beat your own records. Boxing is the best full-body workout. That's a fact. It absolutely is. And guess what? They've made boxing fun and at home. So go to lightboxer.com/take. That's LITE boxer.com/take and get $150 off your purchase, or use the code TAKE at checkout to get $150 off your purchase. One more time, go to lightboxer.com/take and get $150 off your purchase, or use the code TAKE at checkout to get $150 off your purchase. Okay. The Open Championship has started. I forgot how fucking early this shit goes on. I woke up at 7 o'clock this morning and Brooks was at like hole 14.
It's absurd.
Bryson DeChambeau, though, oh boy, he did it again. So he's having trouble with his driver, and afterwards he said they were asking him about, like, can he contend in this tournament? And this is his quote. He said, if I can hit it down the middle of the fairway, that's great. But with the driver right now, the driver sucks. It's not a good face for me, and we're still trying to figure out how to make it good on the miss hits. I'm living on the razor's edge like I've told people for a long time. Guess what? Didn't go over so hot with the Cobra guys, who are basically working night and day to get the perfect club head for Bryson DeChambeau, who might not be the easiest to work with. So this is coming from the guy who actually caddied for him 2 weeks ago when Bryson's caddy quit.
Oh, I forgot that his caddy quit.
His
That's
caddy
wild.
quit. His caddy quit. So the guy who works for Cobra caddied for him in Detroit, and he said it's like an 8-year-old that gets mad at you. They might fly off the handle and say, I hate you, but then you go, whoa, no, you don't. We know as adults that they really don't mean that, and I know that if I got him cornered right now and said, what the hell did you say that for, he would say that he was mad. He didn't really mean to say that harshly. He knows how much everyone bends over backwards for him, but it's still not cool.
He also said he has never really been happy, ever.
Ever.
Like, it's very rare when he's happy. Now he's in a place where he's swinging a 5-degree driver with 200 miles per hour of ball speed. Everyone's looking for a magic bullet. Well, the magic bullet becomes harder and harder to find the faster you swing and the lower that your golf gets. He also said everyone's bending over backwards for him.
Yeah, so
multiple guys in R&D. Basically, Bryson DeChambeau has a server room at Cobra Drivers of guys that are just like manning a wind tunnel for drivers that are specifically made for Bryson DeChambeau, and because he is inventing a new type of driver, they haven't perfected it yet.
Well, and on top of that, I was reading more about it, and they basically said that they're basically creating like 10 driver heads at a time. They order it, it's ready to go, then immediately right after that they do another 10, and because he swings so fast, there are a handful of people in the world who swing as fast as Bryson, and so they don't have the data to back it up. Like, they're basically all their data testing, like a driver that you would buy at a golf shop has been data tested millions of times. Bryson's driver, has really only been data tested by himself. So I really think you just got to fucking chill out, Bryson, maybe swing a little bit slower.
Yeah, or maybe they build like one of those Boston Dynamic robots that's capable of swinging as fast, and then
as he is.
give it steroids and turn it into a real piece of shit. And then you have that robot be your full-time Bryson and just put him in the wind tunnel, swinging thousands of times a day, get all the data that you need, and then maybe Bryson will be happy. No, probably not, but he'll be less mad at you if you really bend over backwards for him that far. So basically what Bryson is complaining about is that his mishits suck. Well, welcome to golf, Bryson.
Yeah, that's all of us. Yeah, it's hey, listen, I can't imagine having to work for Bryson and having him like be mad because he sucks. And then be like, yeah, it's their fault, the driver sucks.
How many hours a day do you think Bryson spends on hold or on the phone with various customer service representatives?
He's just pissed off all the time.
Yeah, probably
He
like
needs a friend.
8 to 9 hours.
He needs a dog. Maybe we can have an emotional support dog on the course for Bryson. That actually, I think the PGA should allow that.
Yeah, but I would like it to be a dog with like an attitude problem that might bite him occasionally.
Yeah.
Or pee on him. Because I think Bryson needs a friend, but a friend that will actually like hurt him occasionally.
What about Joe Biden's dog?
Yeah,
Get
Major
out
Biden.
there.
Yeah,
he can't live in the White House.
Dude, put Major Biden out there. It'll probably save the White House cat's life at some point. So yeah, Major
Wait,
Biden.
did he?
I'm sure that Major Biden is going to kill the White Sox or the White House cat.
Oh boy,
It's probably going to. Like, Major Biden can't stop biting reporters.
Yeah.
He's going to see a cat running around and be like, that's breakfast.
Yikes. Yeah, so maybe he needs Major Biden as an emotional support dog. Either way.
Or like one of Lena Dunham's dogs that she tried to return.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot.
I'm sure they're not in great headspaces right now.
That was a good story. I'm gonna try to wake up early. I don't know if I can do it.
I'm going to try. I'm probably going to fail, but golf is, I mean, if you think it's a great nap sport in the afternoon, it's even better for turning on and then kind of dozing in and out of consciousness before you even have to get up. It's great for delaying how late you can stay in bed.
Yeah.
If you're like, sorry, I'm watching golf right now.
I guess it will change too. The weekend, it starts a little bit later. I just love the Open Championship at England because they essentially like, how can we make this the most miserable golfing experience possible?
Yeah, that's what golf is about over there, which I kind of like. I like that better than the American style of golf, which is let's make these perfectly manicured courses and like cater everything to the players. It's just like, we're going to fuck this plot of land up, and you're going to hate it.
You're going to hit...
You're going to pay us to have a shitty 4 hours.
You're going to hit on a thin level layer of grass that's sitting on a beach into 30-mile-an-hour winds while it's constantly raining, and if you miss the fairway, it's going to be 10 feet deep.
Yeah, we've got 7 holes that still have artillery shells in them from World War II.
Yeah.
And then a couple others that have just been bombed out by hand grenades, and we haven't bothered to refill those bunkers yet.
Oh, yeah, if you go into a bunker, the bunker is 10 feet tall.
Yeah.
So
it's a gateway to
fun.
hell.
It's fun.
Which I love watching it. There's nothing that I love more. Actually, you know what? This is kind of interesting because talking about the Giannis block, we love watching athletes at the peak of their powers absolutely dominating. I also love the Open golf when the best golfer in the world hits 5 shots to get out of a bunker.
Yes.
When they get ultimately frustrated by the most frustrating game.
Yes. What's that French guy?
Oh, Van de Velde.
Van de Velde. Yeah.
Taking his shoes off.
All-timer. All right, so before we get to Kentucky Sports Radio, which is a must-listen every single year, we've got some great callers, especially Joanne, who handed us our asses, like just fucking dunked on us.
There's nothing that she said that was wrong.
You want to do a PR 101 for Mike Silver?
Well, yeah, I think it's great. The Washington football team, they are on a never-ending quest to get some good headlines whenever they can. And they pulled a masterful stroke, which is just hiring Mike Silver, the guy who will say, you don't even have to pay Mike Silver to say nice things about you. You just have to go out to steak dinners with him once every like 4 months, like Hugh Jackson.
Yeah. Mike Silver, he's a reporter. NFL Network, formerly, he's the Hugh Jackson guy. I remember when we were at the Super Bowl a few years ago, he and I got into a spirited debate at the bar. Shout out to Northside Tavern. Northside Tavern?
Northside Tavern, best
Fucking
dive bar in
awesome
America.
place. that he was claiming that he was not biased about Hugh Jackson. I was saying that he was, but he's a good guy. He's a nice guy. We like him. But yeah, I would imagine that the Washington football team will have Hugh Jackson as a coach soon, and also every player will be from Cal.
Is he the GM they hired him as?
No, he's their blog boy.
Yeah, he's blogging. He's blogging for them and doing a podcast for the team. So, do we still call him a journalist?
I don't know.
He's Baghdad Bob. You remember that guy when we were invading Iraq and he was like, everything's fine.
Yeah, we might have to get him on to ask him.
Content contributor is his official title.
Content contributor.
I do like Mike. We give him a hard time, but we will have to get him on to ask him what the deal is. Is he technically no longer a journalist? Is he, dare I say it? Should I say the S word?
Is he what?
Shill?
No, he's not. He's a flack.
Whew.
Major difference.
All right.
Here's the. I just want to read.
Is he a lackey?
Yeah, he's a lackey. I want to read the first paragraph of his introductory blog on the Washington football team website. And really, this is just perfect. The first time I experienced the power of Ron Rivera, I was a UC Berkeley freshman lying flat on my back in a musty dorm lounge, trying to contemplate the nonsensical cruelty of our universe.
Oh,
that's
man.
awesome. That is fucking awesome. I'm so glad to have this guy blogging that team.
Oh, that's going to be incredible. By the way, I got breaking moves. Mike Gundy's shaved his mullet.
Oh, yeah.
It's so sad.
Big 12 Media Day was
sad.
something else.
It's so sad. That's wow. How can you do that?
I think it regenerates super fast, though, like a lizard's tail.
He looks lost. He looks like he's got pain in his eyes from it.
Do you think that's a name, image, likeness type thing?
I don't know.
Because you can definitely say...
Dana better not. I'll say that.
What?
Dana.
Oh, no, he
Coach
won't.
Dana.
He won't. He's all about that.
They're talking about the beer guy.
Oh, God, no.
The scumbag guy.
He's not back.
I think...
He's going to be back, though.
If you're Mike Gundy...
I believe.
I think it's a smart move in the NIL, what are we calling it, in this new name, image, likeness era of college sports, to shave. You can't stand out more than your players. You can market to your players like, hey, you'll get so much money if you come to school here. People who are boosters will pay you a ton. If you have more swag than your players, then they might be like, listen, I'm not even the biggest fish on campus. I can't deal with that.
Yes. And also, horns down is now being cracked down on even more, which is the softest move of all time. The softest move of all time.
Well, they're saying that you can't do it to a Texas player. You can do it to the crowd.
That is... And you know it came from Texas being like, please stop doing horns down. Texas shouldn't be able to do horns up if you can't do horns down.
I agree.
It works both ways.
Fair play.
That's fucking bullshit. How could you, Texas? You know what? The fans of Texas, I know they don't like this. I know it's just probably some boosters who are all up in their fields. The fans of Texas need to band together and start like a change.org saying it's okay to do horns down.
I think that the guys who are like sports radio callers that are Texas fans hate it. They get pissed off. They're like, stay classy. It's the stay classy fans. Those are the ones that absolutely hate being horns down. But I'd say 95%, the silent majority of Texas fans understand like, okay, maybe we should just win football games.
Right.
And then they can't do horns down to us. Because you're going to look like a damn fool if we're beating you 50-3 and you just point your pinky and your index finger down to the ground.
I need horns down. Fuck it. I need horns down. All right, let's get to Kentucky Sports Radio. Some great clips, some callers, some Billy facts about the state of Kentucky, which were fantastic. Great job, Billy. We tasked you with an oral history of the state of Kentucky, and you nailed it. Before we do that, PFT, you had a quick word from our friends at Coors, right?
It's time for that beer, guys. You probably heard people say we should get a beer when all this is over. About 1,000 times in the last year and a half. Now, Molson Coors is going to hold your friends accountable for getting those beers they said that they would. So just find a message from someone saying we should grab a beer after the pandemic or something like that. Like, let's grab a beer when all this is over. Share it on social media. Use a hashtag time for that beer, and then go to timeforthatbeer.com. Find out how to get a beer on Molson Coors. They're going to get you guys a beer. So we love our friends over at Molson Coors. It is time for that beer. So head to the bar, upload your receipt for a beer from one of the brands listed above, whether it's a Miller Lite, Coors Light, Blue Moon, Peroni, Leinenkugel. They're all teaming up to hold your friends accountable. So again, take a screenshot of that message that you're going to get a beer when this is over, share it on social media, go to your bar, upload your receipt for a beer from one of those brands that I mentioned, go to timeforthatbeer.com/rebate. That's how you get the rebate for it. Timeforthatbeer.com/rebate. For more details, go to timeforthatbeer.com. Celebrate responsibly. Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. And now, Kentucky Sports Radio.
We are part of My Take. We appreciate everyone listening. This, every year we do this. I know there's some people who don't like us. That's fine. But I think a lot of people do like us.
I'm actually not okay with the people that don't like us. If you don't like us, I want you to call in today.
No, they reply on the tweet. They say pass.
Yeah, they say.
Or not going to listen. I actually have a log that I keep updated, so I appreciate everyone kind of. It's almost an attendance thing where, let me just see.
You have to opt out.
Yeah, let's see. Oh, Ed Rutherford. Ed Rutherford 4. Too bad you're not listening because we just shouted you out. He responded pass.
That's too bad. So if you follow Kentucky Sports Radio on Twitter, on Instagram, that sort of thing, and you don't reply that you're not listening, you're being included in the Nielsen rating. So
we're going to assume.
If you're not listening right now,
yeah,
tell us that you're not listening.
Billy Jenkins, the dip spitting king. Wow, how did he get that Twitter handle? That's incredible.
You know what's crazy is I guarantee you anyone who calls himself the dip spitting king would absolutely love us.
He said, "Oh geez."
Oh geez.
Hopefully he's listening. I think the dip spitting king is listening.
If we get the dip spitting king to call in, I will put an entire tin of Skull in my mouth and challenge him for the title of the dip spitting king.
Matt Jones is on vacation in Turks and Caicos.
Is that where he's at?
Well, actually, I got a little. A birdie told me that Matt Jones, whenever he goes on vacation, is very secretive of his location. So we're gonna just drop different places he may be coming back from each break.
Gotcha. Matt Jones is spending the week in Boston. He's taking it easy.
He's in Louisville. Matt Jones is on vacation in Malibu for the next 2 weeks.
I actually heard that he's in Nashville right now co-hosting the Clay Travis Rush Limbaugh show.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So, dealer's choice on that one.
Mm-hmm. We'll see. We'll see how those rumors shake out.
Matt Jones is in Delray Beach, Florida for the next 2 weeks. Matt Jones is on vacation in Queens. I think he actually said he's doing the 5 boroughs for his entire. He's figuring out which one he wants to live in most.
Well, what's interesting, because that Matt Jones actually lives in New York City. Yeah. It's a dirty secret in Kentucky. He does his show from New York City every single day, claiming that he's in Kentucky.
City Slicker.
When are we coming back on the air, by the way?
We're back on the air.
Oh, welcome back to the part of my takeover, Kentucky Sports Radio. Matt Jones is out of town. He's vacationing. Actually, in Kentucky. He's staying there. He loves the dang place so much. We're very happy to be taking over. Phone lines are full right now.
They are.
I'm told.
Let's do it, Shannon. Let's go to the next one.
All right, we got Buck Stivers on. He's going to co-host tomorrow on KSR with Richie Farmer. So, Buck, what's up?
Buck, what's going on?
Well, it's just started pouring the rain here in Clay County. I was hoping maybe a dollar store truck could get the wrong GPS and go up the holler and have some action today.
What now?
I agree.
Buck, can you now break that sentence down for us? What did that mean?
Well, the GPS usually turns the dollar store trucks up the holler here in front of the house, and they can't get out the other end, so it ends up in an adventurous day.
So you're looking forward to having a driver of a dollar store truck get stuck in the mud outside your house so you can watch him try to get out of the mud.
Oh, no, there's no mud. It's blacktop. It's just there's a hill on the other end, and they can't make the turn up the hill, so they have to get one of those big trucks to come and lift them up, and it blocks the traffic for a few hours. It's usually a, big thing here in Clay County.
Wait, so it's Clay County and there's no mud?
Well, there's mud in places, but now we do have a lot of blacktop roads.
Yeah. Yeah, the new pavement is nothing better rollerblading on it. Buck, I got a question for you.
Yeah,
have you always been a Buck, or is your given name something else and then you became a Buck? Because I think Buck is one of the coolest names to have. Can you tell me about that transformation when you knew you were a Buck?
Well, actually, my friends kind of gave me that name. My birth name was William, but the Buck came later in high school.
What'd you do to earn the name Buck? Because it's got to be something cool.
I used to do imitation of Eddie Murphy when he did buckwheat on Saturday Night Live.
I'm thinking that we might not want to have you do the imitation.
No, we don't need
of Eddie
that.
Murphy.
But that's good. That was in the 80s.
Yep.
That was in the 80s.
Is there? Is there somebody else in your friend group that's also named Buck?
There's several bucks in Clay County.
Yeah.
How do you know, like, who is the alpha buck?
Well, I mean, they just all assume it's me.
Right. Well, you're the one hosting tomorrow, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
What hunting season is right now in Kentucky, Buck?
I don't think there's much of anything right now. It won't be long ago that it'll be back turkey season, and deer season will be here before you know it.
Yep.
Let's be honest, though. If you go out and you see a real nice fat turkey tomorrow, and you see
Right.
it outside your house, and you don't have any meat in your fridge, are you shooting that thing, Buck?
Well, I mean, I've got meat in the fridge, but yeah, I mean, I don't think I would violate. The butterball makes a good bird.
Butterball does
They
make
do.
a good bird.
Buck, I
They do. That's a fact.
I might listen in tomorrow to hear you host. Are you gonna? Do you have a name for it? Like we call it "Pardon My Takeover." Or are you gonna call it "Keeping It a Buck"?
Oh, I don't know what we'll do. This is actually the second time I've ever even talked on the radio.
What?
I think I don't think Matt there. I think he may have been real deep in whatever it is.
South of France.
So,
Do you think it's...
and he don't have a home in Clay County, so
No, he doesn't.
Well,
No.
he's got a condo. You're right. He's got a condo in Clay County.
He owns most of the apartments there,
Right,
and then he
right.
leases them out and jacks the rent up on you.
Yes,
and then
yes.
he uses that money to
Yes.
fund his trips to the Mediterranean.
Buck,
absolutely.
without incriminating yourself, we had a challenge today, free Papadias, if anyone wants to call in and admit to a crime. Anything you want to tell us?
Oh, well, I just, I don't think I've got any crimes that's worth that. I think I'm not sure the statute of limitations have run out on them.
Well, let's talk about a hypothetical, like a guy named Chuck that you know.
Yeah. Wow, the worst he's probably ever done, is maybe smoke a little weed.
Oh,
That's nothing.
Chuck sounds like a cool
Yeah,
guy.
I'd hang out with Chuck.
Yeah.
When you're smoking, when Chuck is smoking that weed, you ever get behind the wheel of a car?
Oh, absolutely not.
There we go. So Chuck's still...
I've got better, Chuck's got better weed than that.
Chuck's weed's got him on the moon. He's not getting behind the car. He's getting in a spaceship.
Yeah, I told you I was sitting here waiting on a dollar store truck to go up the holler.
So, hey, answer me this, Buck. When a dollar store truck goes up the holler and gets stuck on the road, can't get over that hill there, do you sit out on the porch or do you go out and you offer him a hand?
Oh, I try to. If I see him, I stop him and we try to get him turned around here.
Right. Before he goes up the
That
holler.
don't always happen.
Right.
Can you go down a holler or you just go up a holler?
You can go either way here.
Yeah, I like
and
that.
what,
Very
what's
progressive.
the defining
Yeah.
feature of a holler?
Well, I don't know what you would call the defining feature. It's the bottom of everything.
Right.
The bottom of everything is a holler. What's the difference between a holler and a gully?
A holler and a gully. That's a tough one. I think you get more hung up in a gully than you would a holler.
You get hung up.
Yeah. What about a holler in a ditch?
Oh, yeah, ditch now. If you get in a ditch here, you're going to be there for a few minutes.
Is there ditches in the holler?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
no. That's
they have to.
That's the
have
lowest
to have
point.
ditches in the holler.
Yeah, that has to be the lowest point, though, right? You said a holler's the lowest point, the bottom of everything. Wouldn't a ditch in a holler
Yeah.
be the bottom of everything?
Well, I guess if you're going to be technical, if you're going to be scientific about it, maybe.
We are.
I think.
Yeah, I guess that. Yeah.
I think that the holler, if there's a ditch in a holler, that's still the holler, though. The ditch is included
Yeah.
because the holler is the bigger. The holler is
Right.
a giant ditch.
Got it.
And so every ditch included in the holler is also part of the
The
holler.
holler contains multiple ditches.
Multitudes, yeah.
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 All right. Well, I think
We've also got a big shootout going on this weekend in Clay County.
Wait,
Shootout.
A big shootout. Yeah, the Black Gold Shootout.
What's going on there?
They have about 250 of the United States. Those people come from all over. And they dress up like cowboys, and they carry a pistol on each hip, and they've got a baby carriage modified to carry rifles and shotguns and ammo, and they shoot up hell all weekend.
They shoot up hell.
What do they? They don't shoot
Yeah.
each other. I hope.
They have contests, like they have a town set up, like where they can go and they have targets and shoot the bad guy, and I guess, things of that nature.
It's like training in Warzone where they
Yeah.
put you through one of those obstacle courses and they have you shoot the like bandit that pops up and then it makes a little ping when you hit it.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
I like the
And
way.
it's all
Go ahead. Sorry, Buck.
well, it's all set up in period time. Like you have to be in your cowboy gear. Like you have to be with a 6-shooter. I mean, there ain't no Glocks up there.
Yeah, I like the way you say rifle. It sounds like I thought there was maybe a raffle going on.
Oh, they'll probably have a raffle for a raffle up there.
That's got to be confusing.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah, they'll probably raffle off a raffle if I'm not,
What kind of food do they serve at this? Is this like a smoked turkey leg situation, or do they have
They would
chili
prob-
or what?
They have a little bit of everything, I'm guessing, but, mostly they, take it from the jar.
Yeah. Wait, what does that mean?
Yeah. Well, around here, everybody, you got to have that sensational, thirst quencher that comes in a mason jar.
They drink a lot of corn.
Got
they get
it.
a lot of corn in their system.
Got it. They
up
take
there.
it for. I thought you were talking about
Yeah.
food, but yeah, they skip food. They just take everything from the jar.
Yeah.
I love that. So, I have one last question.
Well,
Yeah, go ahead.
I was gonna say, can I go to the shootout even if I don't have a gun, or is it just for gun
Ab-
enthusiasts?
Absolutely, yes. Anybody can come.
I love it. I love it. Buck, you are our caller of the day right now. We appreciate you calling in. Can you leave us though with one thing? Can you tell us what the state of Kentucky basketball is at right now? Like, where are you feeling
Commonwealth.
as a fan?
As a fan, I feel like we're just about ready to shoot to the top.
Oh,
Just about ready. Does that mean this
Yeah.
year? Or does that mean
You steal the
after
show.
Coach
We're
Kyle
loading.
retires?
We're loading up. We're loading up right now.
love it. Loading up, ready to go back to the top.
Absolutely.
All right, well, Buck, thank you for calling in. Everyone listening tomorrow, Buck is co-hosting tomorrow's Kentucky Sports Radio. We appreciate it, Buck. Good luck tomorrow, and have fun at the shootout this weekend.
Thank you, guys. Y'all have a good show.
All
All
right,
right.
thanks
See
so
you later,
much.
Chuck.
All right.
It was Buck.
Chuck was the
Yeah,
I thought he was high.
he's Chuck
when
after
he gets
420.
stoned.
Yeah.
Yeah, got it.
The other thing we have, we're going to do calls in a minute. We have Billy Football here. He's going to do the oral history of the state of Kentucky.
Who's Billy Football?
Billy Football is our intern now, full-time member of the show. He's a former college athlete, not a big deal. Was recruited by Kentucky lightly by Mark Stoops. Lightly. You could lightly be recruited by anyone.
Yeah, there was
Actually, you met Mark Stoops
That's-
in the van.
that's
So,
what I'm
yeah,
saying.
you were lightly recruited by Mark Stoops.
Billy had a informal visit with Mark Stoops.
Billy was blackout drunk when Mark Stoops had a visit with him. Billy was 18 years old and drunk in a parking lot in Youngstown, Ohio, when we were interviewing Mark Stoops in the back of our van. He left an impression. I don't know if it was a good impression, but
Big
you
guy,
can
can I-
count that as a visit for recruiting.
Can I back you up real quick? Just the phrase, our 18-year-old intern was blackout
Yeah,
drunk
well,
in
we-
the back of
whoa,
a van
whoa,
when
whoa,
we met Mark
whoa.
Stoops. We did not tell, but we in
told
fact
him not to
Billy
drink.
not to drink. He
He did
disobeyed
that illegally.
our direct orders, and that's why he probably never got that full-time offer.
But he
from
did
Mark
speak to
Stoops.
Mark Stoops.
We were in a
while-
bar, and
yeah.
we told Billy you can't be in the bar to be safe. Go wait in the parking lot. And then we came out, and he was like funneling beers with like stoolies.
Well, he's like a bunch of guys came to the van, and they're like, Billy, you won't drink these beers. And then I had no choice, but I had to drink them.
You don't understand, Big Cat. He got iced in that parking lot, and Billy had to take a knee.
And Billy was so drunk that we left Youngstown. I wasn't drinking, I was driving. So we were driving on the highway in Pennsylvania, and the tires on our 1993 van blew out going 70 miles an hour on the highway. We pulled over, we got out, we looked at the tires. Billy woke up in the back seat and he's like, "Oh, are we here?" And so that was that was a good time.
It was honestly about 20 minutes on the road, and it was such like a bumpy exit from the highway when our tire blew out. Billy, for some reason, thought that we were like in a parking lot of a Best Western hotel.
Yes.
When in reality, we're getting
Yes.
buzzed by semi-trailers.
Yes. All right, Billy, you ready to go? Let's start the oral history of the state of Kentucky. This is by Billy Football, once recruited loosely by Mark Stoops. So there is his Kentucky. He's basically a prodigal son of the state of Kentucky.
He was a 2-star recruit, actually,
Yes.
by one for every BAC that he had.
Well, Kentucky, fun fact, isn't actually a state. Like Massachusetts and other colonial
Virginia.
it is a commonwealth. So
Sounds communist.
Kentucky was once part of Virginia, but because they were so far from Richmond and no Kentuckians wanted to travel to the capital, they decided to make their own state.
I actually think it was
It's relatable.
It was a part of West Virginia. It was a West Virginia.
Wait, so they basically were like, the traffic is too bad. We don't really want to do this commute.
Exactly.
I love the basis of what Kentucky was built on. Essentially saying I don't want to sit in my car or horse-drawn carriage for more than a half hour. My
fortnight.
my podcasts don't go that. Joe Rogan only has 3 hours of podcasts to listen to while I'm riding my horse to Richmond. Let's just make our own state.
I think Big Cat, it could have been easily solved maybe if Kentucky had faster horses.
Yeah.
They probably wouldn't have had to secede.
Unfortunately, the horse capital of the world
very
is in
slow.
Brooklyn, New York.
Yep. It's the horse capital, the bourbon capital, the barbecue capital, and the grass capital.
Yes.
Lexington was at one time considered the Athens of the West.
One time, I still do. Have you ever been to Lexington? It is actually a gorgeous, gorgeous city. Keeneland this is where I always find common grounds with our listeners. Keeneland is my favorite racetrack to go to. It is fantastic.
I did the bourbon tour of the Buffalo Trace Distillery one time just outside of Lexington. Wonderful place. I tried to steal Pappy Van Winkle. I'm not any longer welcome back in the city of Lexington or the surrounding areas, but I still love it.
Yeah, it's fantastic. So put some respect on it. It still is considered the Athens of the West, in my mind.
Daniel Boone
Yeah.
was on the forefront of paving the way for Kentucky's statehood, and
Wait,
helped.
is that the guy with the raccoon hat?
Yeah, he killed a bear when
No,
he
it's
was
Davy
3.
Crockett.
You also
no,
started this by
Dan-
saying Kentucky's not a state.
Oh, good
Well,
point.
he failed, clearly.
Daniel Boone was the guy that invented that knife.
Yes. Is this Daniel Boone Pickens, the Oklahoma State booster?
D. Boone Pickens.
Kentucky bluegrass is actually from Spain.
Oh,
What?
very cosmopolitan. So it's the Athens of the United States. Its most famous import is from Spain. It is maybe the most cosmopolitan state in the United States.
Keep going. We got a minute left, and we're going to take a break.
Kentucky's state beverage is milk.
Oh,
Milk.
really?
It's milk.
Really?
For how much bourbon they store, largest in the world, and mint juleps they serve at the Kentucky Derby. Kentucky state beverage is milk.
I actually think that's not a bad call. If you had to do like one beverage for the rest of your life, I'd probably go water 1, but milk's not so bad. A
No,
lot of things you use for milk.
I think if you have to drink one beverage your entire life from
You need a
cradle to grave,
refrigerator,
it
though. Yeah.
really only has to be milk, right?
Milk.
I also want to shout out Humongous. Said I've lived in Kentucky my whole life, and milk. Did Billy get his research from babies?
That's
Billy,
actually a great burn.
did you get your
Baby,
research from babies?
Did you talk to 10 different babies and ask them what their favorite
9 out of 10 babies recommend milk.
milk? That's actually fantastic.
We're going to get back to Kentucky Sports Radio and the callers in a second. But before we do, shout out to one of our favorite new sponsors here, JB Weld. We love JB Weld. It's the world's strongest bond. Pros have trusted it for more than 50 years. But why hire a pro when JB Weld's adhesive products make it so easy to do yourself? I'm not going to listen. I'm not in your marketing department, JB Weld, but maybe send a few cases of this stuff to some Major League Baseball pitchers since they're cracking down on the other stuff. I don't know, but it's great. It's the world's strongest bond. It's the perfect adhesive for DIY projects, automotive repairs, plumbing, marine, and more. For projects big and small, at home or in your garage, use JB Weld. In fact, JB Weld products can be used on practically anything: metal, wood, plastics, glass, ceramics, and more. It's a one-stop shop. Keep it in your toolbox. Keep it in your kitchen drawer. Keep it in the back of your truck. We love JB Weld. And they just acquired Herculiner, the original DIY truck bed liner. So if you're looking for the world's strongest truck bed liner, Herculiner has you covered there as well. I want to go out and buy a truck just so I can put a Herculiner in it.
Yes.
That's the coolest name ever for a product. Shout out JB Weld for getting Herculiner on their team. You can find it at jbweld.com, Walmart, Amazon, Home Depot, Lowe's, AutoZone, Advanced Auto Parts, Napa, O'Reilly's, Michaels.
O'Reilly's.
Auto Parts. JB Weld epoxy products are proudly made here in the USA. JB Weld, the world's strongest bond. Now more Kentucky Sports Radio.
All right, we got another one, Shannon.
Yes, let's go to Pikey.
Pikey.
What's up, Pikey?
Hey, Pikey.
Yeah, that is my real name, Pikey. And you all been talking a lot about college basketball coaches. Shannon's actually a big endorser of our car dealership, Conway Heaton, 810 North 3rd Street, Bardstown, Kentucky. Who do you think would
Wait, say
would
that
be
again. That was an incredible plug.
Conway Heaton Ford, Bardstown, Kentucky, 810 North 3rd Street.
No, but can you say it fast
But-
like you did the first time, like it's at the end of a car commercial?
Only once a day. I get a little tired. But so who do you think would be the best used car salesman of a college basketball coach? But there's one caveat. They have to wear Big Ben's walking boots.
Ooh.
I mean, the easy answer is going to be Sean Miller on this one, just because you can see him patrolling the lot out there, sweating through his suit. That's a man that was born to be in a used car commercial.
I'll go with Frank Martin. I think Frank Martin, you walk in and he's selling you something. And if he's not selling you something, you're so intimidated by him that you will buy something just because you want to end the whole transaction on a good note.
Well, I went to University of Tennessee, and if you're going to talk about somebody sweating through their suit, how are you leaving Bruce Pearl out of the conversation?
Oh, Bruce Pearl?
I feel like
good one.
I feel like Bruce Pearl he'd be tough because you get in the car on the test drive with him, and he would have to you would have to get into a truck with him because a normal car would not fit his giant body.
Yeah, and then he's like, hey, look, this glove compartment's where you can listen to other people's conversations and rat them out. So you're a Tennessee grad. So Rick Barnes he'd sell you.
No, I didn't graduate, but I went there.
All right, well, I appreciate that, the honesty. You didn't have to do that.
I mean, he's
but
a used
do
car
appreciate
salesman,
it.
yeah.
Rick Barnes, would that be like you buy the car and then the minute that you need it to actually perform, it just breaks down?
Yeah, his definitely won't make it 100,000 miles. But our baseball coach at Tennessee, I think he would be a Mustang guy. He's going 100 miles an hour, and we just signed him, so I like that. What about a used car dealer in Bardstown, Kentucky that's a Tennessee fan? How smart is that?
Oh, yeah, not bad.
Yeah, what do you do? You know what? Do you just let them, I would imagine it's like a clown in a dunk tank. You just kind of you throw a couple jabs at them, and then they eventually just get to dunk you? Is that how it goes, your interactions?
That's almost exactly right, except for I ride around in my orange golf cart and let them throw water balloons at me.
That's actually perfect because I'm sure every other person up there is a big Kentucky guy. They wear their Kentucky fandom on their sleeve. At least you stand out a little bit, even if you're the guy that they love to boo, you know?
That's exactly right. And all these Kentucky guys, they're just aging out. What's the last time they went to a Final Four?
Oh, now that's some mean talk.
Listen, we got to look it up and see. I don't have the stat in front of me right now.
I think it was 2015.
That long ago?
Yeah.
That can't be right. Billy,
they
can
went
you double
to
check
the Final
that?
Four that year.
That can't be right. Kentucky's a great program. I'm sure they've been in the last couple years at least.
Have we talked about Cal on the hot seat yet? Because I think he's about to bolt.
Yeah, well,
I think he's just going to retire. I think this is the twilight of his career. He's just enjoying himself right now. He wants to be able to go out and watch his kids play in the NBA someday.
we'll know if Cal still has it if they get Kofi Coburn on this Kentucky team. That will be
any chance.
That's the test.
Any chance Brad Calipari's named coach in waiting?
I would hope so. I would hope so.
I think that Coach Cal should actually just name his son Coach in Waiting, then dare them to not hire him after he retires.
Like change his name legally to Coach in Waiting?
Well, he should change his name to Coach Cal.
Yeah, Coach Cal. All right, well, thank you. Yeah, what
all right, I know y'all need to go, but I think he should get a tattoo, given, not earned.
Yes.
Or just put a question mark at the end of his earned, not given tattoo.
Yes. Pikey, thank you. We're going to give you just a free papadilla, so go to your local Papa John's and whisper in their ear, free papadilla, Kentucky Sports Radio, and they'll give it to you.
He's gone.
Oh, he's gone.
He
All
might
right,
have
well, he
missed out
doesn't
on
get it.
that.
So someone else can use that. Someone else whisper into someone's ear that. All right, next call, Shannon.
Let's go to Mark.
Mark, what's up?
Oh, hey, gentlemen. How y'all doing?
Great,
Good.
Mark.
How are you?
I'm so good. And I'm a Lexington resident, and I wanted to know what you thought about the Kentucky Stags Handball Club this season. Wanted to see how they'll do in the Midwest Team Handball League. I'm a big fan. One of my boys is on the team.
Wait, that's not.
Yeah,
that's not
no, it is.
real.
The Kentucky Stags, I was actually watching a couple of their games yesterday. It's a put up or shut up season for sure. You guys have all the talent accumulated. It's a matter of putting it together, get on the same page. Frankly, your captain has not been really showing too many signs of leadership, and I question his ability to get over that hump. But you know what? That's you guys have to prove it to me now. I'm sick of all the hype year after year for the Kentucky Stags.
Do you watch these games? You go to these games? It looks like it's just. I mean, it's essentially just like intramural dodgeball is what I'm looking at. I'm looking at the website right now.
I mean, I watch all the games because my boy's on the team, but I think there's about 7 or 8 spectators usually.
It seems like, and I might be way off, but like it seems like you could be on the team too if you just signed up and paid for a jersey.
Yeah, where do you watch them, or do you have to be in person?
Oh, you got to go to the park down there. Usually they're not streaming, but I mean, if they're streaming, we'll tweet them at you. But we get 3 or 4 viewers a stream.
Oh, nice. So wait, but you could be on the team, could you not?
Oh no, I tore my ACL in college. It ain't going nowhere.
I'm pretty sure you could probably still play recreational handball in a Kentucky league, even though you tore your ACL 15 years ago.
Wait, did you?
No, I wouldn't call it recreational. They're at the top level of American handball. They're right up there with the big boys in Columbus.
Wait, this torn ACL, did you get it fixed?
I mean, I got it fixed, but it was never the same. I got it playing handball actually too, so I passed it down to my boys because they can follow the legacy that I couldn't.
But I mean, then the knock against you is, we've said it 100 times about you. You're just too injury prone to be great.
Yeah.
I question your will if you can't overcome a little thing like a torn ACL.
I mean, you know what they say. There's a will, there's a way, and if there's a way to get to the Olympics. But for me, dream was just cut short, teeny bit.
I just think that if you're going to put it together, your goalie Jacob Roberts has to step it up this year and really solidify himself as number one. Because like right now, people are asking, is he really the guy?
I'm just confused that. Thanks for the call. I'm confused. Like that would be me like saying like, hey, my boy, I go out and check out my boy. He plays intramural softball on Tuesday nights. Like I'm gonna go watch him play. I think you can play on this. I think you just have to show up and you're on this team.
Oh, Big Cat, the Kentucky Stags, their coaches from Spain. They take this stuff seriously. My favorite part I think about the Kentucky Stags is the team badge because it's got the handball, it's got a deer on there. It says Kentucky Stags, and then it says their founding year. Do you know when they were founded, Big Cat?
2019.
2020. They were founded last year.
So it's off by a year. Shout out to Dip Spittin' King. He actually tweeted at me, said, thanks for the shout out. I look forward to hearing it when I get off work. So Dip Spittin' King, you're a legend. I don't know how you got that. I do not know how you got that handle, but man, you're a legend.
So wait, Dip Spittin' King never listens to the show live because he's working.
Yeah, well, he didn't bash us. He just said, "Oh, geez."
Oh yeah.
So that could be a good or bad. Oh, geez. We have no idea.
I have so many questions for the Dip Spittin' King. What brand do you dip? How did you get your title? Have you ever dipped too much?
Is your son the prince?
Yeah.
There's a lot of things. All right, speaking of the law, we have our guy, TJ Smith. Call TJ. He'll make him pay. Kentucky Sports Radio is brought to you by TJ Smith Law Office. TJ, it's great to talk to you. We haven't talked in a year. How is the legal business going right now?
Well, the legal business has been slow as far as court hearings because of COVID, but we're back with a vengeance. I'm just now tuning in because I've been on a Zoom deposition all morning. But I heard you guys were on, and I wanted to check in with you.
Yeah,
I love it.
TJ, let me ask you about the last year or so. With people getting out less frequently, has that impacted your business? Are people getting injured at a lower frequency than they had in the past?
They aren't, but I've seen incidences of more serious injuries, if you will. Listen, I want to talk to you guys about something. As Matt's personal representative and his make-him-pay attorney, we were talking about fraud.
Yep.
Don't be throwing out any slander on my boy, okay?
Well, is it slander or libel? Do you even know the difference?
Well, he's a public figure, so it's probably libel.
Yeah,
TJ.
well, he's a public figure. I think you also have to prove that we have intent and that we know for a fact that Matt Jones doesn't commit voter fraud on a massive scale every year. And frankly, I don't know whether he does or doesn't. So It looks like we've got an ironclad case on our side here, TJ.
It's kind of like those deposition videos that I saw of you guys smacking down those lawyers that had filed frivolous litigation against you.
Yes. Yeah, doesn't parody law cover literally everything? Like, we could go and commit any crime we want and just say it was a joke.
Well, I think that's pushing it a little bit, but just so you don't commit any torts and hurt anybody, so that you get me involved and then we make them pay.
Yeah,
You know, I think you guys need me on retainer on a regular basis for.
I'm down for that. How many papadillas would it cost to get you on retainer?
Papadillas?
Yeah.
Well, I'd have to charge you then if you're going to give me papadillas, but I'll take $1 and I'll stay on retainer for you.
There you go. I think you're our lawyer now. Well, our second lawyer. We also have Mr. Portnoy. You guys will have to work in concert with one another. But how does that work if we're public figures and we're slandering another public figure? I feel like that's double jeopardy and nobody gets charged.
Well, I don't think people care about any public figures anymore, frankly.
That's true. Except for Chrissy Teigen, we hope that
I don't think juries are going to be very. I don't think juries are very friendly toward public figures at this point with the climate of the country as it stands right now.
Yeah, that's true. I just do want to say though, for Chrissy Teigen, I hope that she's able to battle back bravely from threatening to kill other people on Twitter.
Yes. TJ, question for you: has anyone ever asked you to represent them in emotional distress because Kentucky landed like 4 or 5 stars instead of 5?
They have not, but I do feel like folks are ready to jump off the bridge when some kid hits the transfer portal.
Yes. So can we set that precedent that, hey, maybe if Kentucky doesn't have a good season this year, we're going to see a lot of fans start suing the university and Coach Cal for emotional distress, because that would be 2 straight years of poor play.
No, they'll just be calling in saying, Matt, I don't know what John Calipari's doing to this team, and we need to get a change and have some 4-year players.
Well, what about this? Can a coach like Coach Cal or Coach K sue players that enter into the transfer portal for inflicting emotional distress on them?
Well, of course not. That's why the NCAA is such an ironclad institution of learning, academics, and furthering student athletes. They set the rules, and we'll just follow the rules and play by their rules.
I love it, TJ. That's why you're the best, because you get it. You get it. And so, TJ, we wish you all the best. We're going to send you that $1 in the mail. You will be on retainer. You're making them pay. Has there ever been someone like, hey, I don't want to pay, and you're like, you just point to the sign, you're like, hey, listen, I'm TJ, you make them pay.
Didn't you usually show them the courthouse door and you set them in a little chair by the judge in front of some folks and let those folks decide whether they're going to pay? And only once in the last 18 years has somebody not paid.
Wait, that's your record? What's your official record?
I have 1 loss in the last 18 years.
You're like Lenny Dykstra.
That's incredible.
That's insane.
Well, I mean, you don't try every case, and some of them they go south on you. But if I go to a jury,
I think.
What was your one loss?
Have the facts to win.
What was your one loss?
It was a case where I was trying to change the world. Frankly, if you remember when Pintos were blowing up and killing people, this was about a school bus design and a defective design, and so I tried a case for 18 days. I lost, but the Court of Appeals agreed with me, and they've sent it back for a new trial. And so the other side's still trying to get out of it by taking the case to the Supreme Court, where I'm completely confident that we'll prevail.
Wait, TJ,
trying to make.
How did you lose a case against school buses that blew up and killed children?
Well, it didn't blow up. Their roof crushed when it turned over, and I had an engineer that said that it would be easy to feasibly design a better roof system to protect kids. And in this case, the jury disagreed. Now, I want to tell you guys, this bus design hadn't been changed since 1959, as far as we can tell through our deposition process. But the jury still didn't care because we didn't get a fair shot from the judge in the case.
That's incredible that your one loss, you can confidently say, I'm trying to change the world, and if we go to the Supreme Court. So you might be in the Supreme Court at some point, just saving kids' lives.
Yes, and it would be my 3rd trip.
Wow, incredible.
TJ is for the children.
TJ,
I love it. You know what? I
make
think
'em pay.
not only will we endorse you as our lawyer, I want to endorse your position in this lawsuit too. So if you could tack on like TJ / part of my take v. the United States or whatever that's going to be. I just want to be in a textbook one day where people have to look back on my name and learn about me for a freshman year class.
There you go, guys. Hey, it's always a pleasure to listen to you.
We love having you on, and we appreciate you calling in, and good luck. Save those kids. TJ, we appreciate it, so go check out TJ Smith Law Office. Call TJ. He'll make them pay. We'll talk to you later, TJ. Thank you so much.
Thanks, guys.
That is an incredible thing to be able to say. Like, I've lost one case.
Well, you
and
notice
the one case was actually trying to save the world. Next call, Shannon.
Let's go to Joanne.
Joanne.
I don't know who you all are, don't know where you come from, but I hope I never hear from you again.
Wait,
Joanne,
you are the worst
Let's be
two that's
polite
ever
to each
been
other.
on KSR. All you have done is put Kentucky down.
No,
it's not true, Joanne.
Go back where you come from.
No, Joanne.
Hold
on.
I was born in Kentucky,
Hold on,
Joanne. You want me to
Joanne.
come closer to you?
Hold on,
Well,
Joanne.
why are you putting us down so?
Joanne, did you
We
not?
can't make peanut butter. We can't do anything.
Joanne, did you not hear me
Put
say?
the basketball team down. That's the worst thing in the world you could do.
No, we said Rick Pitino's a great coach.
All right, Joanne.
To hell with Rick Pitino.
Yeah, I agree with you there. Did you not hear me say that I love Keeneland?
I don't care who you love in Kentucky. You have put the University of Kentucky down. You have put the basketball program down, and everything else in Kentucky.
No, I think
so. Go back where you come
University
from.
of Kentucky
Thank you.
is a great basketball school
Joanne's
until
gone.
2015.
Joanne, are you still there?
Oh,
She just dropped the mic.
I like that. Joanne's got some spice to her. Man, that was good, Joanne.
She came off the bat hot, too.
We're going to finish with some phone calls. If I sense, Shannon, that they're fake or we want to skip, I'll just say skip to the next one.
Fair enough. That
All
works
right.
for me.
Okay.
All right, let's go to Ed.
Ed, what's up?
Hey, guys, this is Ed Jenkins. I appreciate the shout-out to my brother Billy Jenkins, the dip-spitting king. This is his twin brother calling in.
Wait.
All right. How much dip does your twin brother dip?
All of the dip.
All right,
And
skip.
to clarify,
Skip to the next one.
skip.
Oh,
That was
All
a
right.
nice try.
Fraud call.
All right.
Andy.
Andy?
Yeah.
Andy.
Hey, boys, how are you?
Good.
Good. Hey, quick question. Long-time listener, a part of my
Skip.
page. I love what you guys do.
Are we skipping?
Yeah.
Is that an official skip?
Yeah, that's a skip. That's a skip.
All right,
We say
all right,
skip.
all right, let's
I
go
like
to-
the honesty, though.
I love the honesty from Andy, and I appreciate him listening, but that's not what we're doing this show for. We want to talk to more Joannes and Bucks.
All right, let's try Casey.
Casey.
Hey, good morning. How are you guys today?
Great.
Good. How are you?
I'm all right. So I'll be honest. I honestly don't. I've never watched your show. Is it on ESPN?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Casey.
Yeah.
Skip.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Well, I'm
All right,
calling.
Kathy.
Kathy.
Hi. How are y'all? I'm a
Great.
longtime listener of KSR, and I have to take up for Joanne because the first time I listened to y'all while Matt was gone, I hated you.
Okay.
I am a Kentucky fan. I actually cheered back in the 70s. And I thought, who are these people bad-mouthing my Cats? But then I listened to your show because I thought, how can they hate us this much? And I kind of figured you out.
Yep.
And now I make a point to listen to you every year.
Love it.
I love
So-
it. And listen, we have no ill will towards Joanne. We love Joanne. We just want a
I
chance to
know.
make it right. We want Joanne to turn into a story like you.
She just hung up on you.
Oh no!
She skipped you.
But that was like the Rocky, like if I can change, you can change speech right there. Because I think what she realized is we make fun of everyone, including ourselves, the most.
Mm-hmm.
So it's nothing ever personal, unless it's about Duke. I do truly hate Duke and the Green Bay Packers, but everything else is just having some fun.
We will grow on you like a fungus.
Yeah.
Much like a fungus.
Yeah.
KSR was brought to you by MeUndies. What's something that you wear that you can't see but it can make or break your day. Well, if you guessed underwear, then you probably have a lot of good days. There's a reason that your underwear is the first thing that you put on. MeUndies believes you should be comfortable at your core. That's why they make the softest undies and fun prints, so you can wake up every morning excited to put on your favorite pair. Say bon voyage to the undies that you used to know, because comfort starts with MeUndies. I'm wearing MeUndies right now, as a matter of fact. It's a rare day in the summertime that I have shorts on, and I'm also wearing special underwear underneath them that aren't sewn in. Today's one of those days. I reach for the MeUndies. I feel great. MeUndies are designed to be the softest thing that you've ever worn. Their signature micromodal fabric literally grows from trees. They're sustainably sourced undies. They're great, wonderful product. They feel super comfortable. I always say it's always a good dick day in MeUndies. MeUndies has a great offer for our listeners. For any first-time purchasers, get 15% off. You get free shipping. They have a problem-free philosophy. If you're not satisfied with any product for any reason, they're going to refund it. They're going to exchange it. No caveats, no questions. Get 15% off your first order, free shipping, and 100% satisfaction guarantee. Go to MeUndies.com/take. That's MeUndies.com/take.
Okay, let's wrap up with Firefest of the Week. Shout out this guy, Joel Beal, who just summed up everything perfectly. He's a senior writer at Golf Digest. He said, for those scoring at home, Bryson's driver sucks. He needed more from his caddy. His 44 at the U.S. Open was nothing but bad breaks. He lives rent-free in Brooks' head but wants no part of the feud. Rules marshals have it out for him. The USGA has it out for him, and he's not a slow player. Well, that sums it up.
And also, insects can't stand him.
Yeah, that's
he's mad at bugs.
Oh man! All right, Hank.
Where do I begin?
Oh, where do you begin? Uh-oh.
Are you down bad?
I'm moving this week. So that's like one of those just coming off a 10-day bender vacation and then immediately having to move has been tough. I'm fat again.
Yeah, so Hank...
I lost to Jake Marsh today.
Oh, okay. Should we stay on that for a
No.
second?
That was just a side note.
Yeah. Well, Hank, he's getting a six-pack. And I think it was Tuesday morning. He walked in and he was standing next to me and he was just eating a casual Tuesday morning donut.
What type? Old-fashioned, no sugar.
I was like, Hank,
no sugar in the old-fashioned.
What's going on with the six-pack? And then he started Googling it. And all he hears, he goes, 31 months is what it says it takes to get a six-pack?
Well, listen, I have no food. Like, you know the process of moving. It's not like...
No, it's the
impossible.
worst.
It's impossible to be going to the gym and also trying to pack yourself stuff up. I have nothing in the fridge. So I was getting a coffee. I needed something in my stomach, so I grabbed the donut, and then I walked in, and Big Cat was, like, in my face with the camera.
Well, you said we had a bet that you were
I do have a bet, and then in my head, I'm like, I'm skinny. It'll only take me a few weeks to shed some pounds and get a six-pack, to do a couple crunches. And I'm like, I looked up Google to try and defend my argument. Because Grit Week, I don't know if we've announced when Grit Week is.
It's coming.
But my plan was to have a six-pack by Grit Week. And then I Googled it, and I was like, can you get a six-pack in X amount of weeks?
You are Big Ben. You're Big Ben right now.
And yeah, it's not looking good.
Oh, I realized that we totally blew it calling it the BB7 method. I was on Pittsburgh radio today. I was like, it should be called the Big Ben quarterback method, the BBQ method.
Yeah. Yes.
Really blew that one. But Hank, I think you can still do it because you're right. You're skinny. You're a skinny boy for the most part. You're small. You just have like a little layer. I also think.
Let's see it.
I also think it's your posture sometimes. Sometimes
see the belly.
Sometimes your posture just makes it bubble out a little bit.
Let's see it. Let's see the belly.
Come on, show off.
No, take your shirt off.
You're doing the posture thing.
Take your shirt off.
Yeah, you're right around the corner.
You're skinny. You got this.
You got this, Hank.
Yeah, you got this.
Pleasantly plump.
Well, what you said something funny there. Jake beat you again?
Yeah.
Just once though, right?
Well, yeah. In the series, yeah. He's only in one series.
I mean, good news is he didn't embarrass you this time, right?
No. I mean, he was coming off a tough week. There was.
Well, we'll get to that.
It wasn't a sweep, right?
We'll get to that.
Technically, it was, yeah.
Oh shit. Was it close at least?
Relatively speaking, yeah.
It was relatively mean.
Like, I destroyed PFT. It was not as bad as that.
Hank beat you?
Yeah, but I mean, I had a bad back, a messed up knee. After I beat Marty, I injured myself in the second match.
Got it.
And
still played and beat him. And a sunburn. That's my Firefest, actually. Is Ray Baker got the best of me. Big time yesterday.
Put on that sunblock.
I was at, you want to see? Look at this. Look at this.
Sick brag that you got a sunburn on a Wednesday.
Ray Baker absolutely nuked me in the morning. Tough break, but maybe that's a sign. Maybe that's Suns in 6.
Yeah, there it is.
So spin zone on that. I actually did bet on the Suns yesterday because I had a sunburn, and I was like, "This is a sign." Turns out, no. It's just two separate cases of my brain being really dumb.
Yeah, those don't have anything to do with each other. My Firefest is I downloaded the F1 game on my phone, and I've just looked it up, and I've spent $140 upgrading my car in the last 2 weeks. So
aren't you supposed to do that with your gameplay?
Yeah, but I kept on getting smoked, and I was trying to push, but I didn't have the juice. So
that's F1 though. You gotta have the most money if you want to win.
Right, exactly. So I think I'm going to outspend the competitors, but that always is a terrible feeling to download one of those stupid games on your phone and then just start throwing money at it for nothing.
That happened to me with Call of Duty. Every few weeks they would come out with a new operator skin and cool gun that you never even used, but you're like,
listen,
that looks cool.
When you're driving down the streets at Monza and you're getting fucking toasted by the guy in front of you, you know that you need some money behind your engine.
You just got to do what Kim Kardashian did, and she was like, guess what? My son stole my phone, and then next thing I knew, I've got $150 worth of upgrades on it.
Yeah.
Just tweet at them and be like, hey, I think my 2-year-old really loves your game.
But don't take away my upgrades to the aerodynamics of my car.
Yeah, but this is on them, not you.
Yeah. No, it's all. There's nothing that I'm putting on it for the exterior. It's all the real stuff. I'm getting brake pads. I'm getting fucking,
what
shit
kind of
for
engine you working
aerodynamics.
with?
I drive the Ferrari car. I'm a Ferrari guy, so
Maybe think about a Honda.
No, come on.
Something a little more price conscious, a little more practical.
Well, no, it's done.
It's
It's
bad.
done
And I'm actually thinking about it right now. Like I have a big race tonight. I'm going to spend more money on it. So that number.
It's on your phone?
Yeah. It's sick. It's a pretty good game. It's a fun game. Jake.
Hey guys.
Hey Jake.
I have
Good
a
to have you
Firefest.
back. You do.
Yeah. I don't think anyone's seen this. Good thing it wasn't on camera. So
You
Benjamin-
talking to the girl at the bar?
No, but I believe we found the person.
What? And his name's Jake?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
What's his
I
la-
would never lie to you.
Do you want to say
know
his
that.
last name?
No. I won't do that to him.
So are you just making up this person? who's
No,
also
Hank
named
saw the
Jake?
DM. He'll back me up.
I can confirm.
Okay. All right. Good.
Yeah, so that's
Fortunately.
that's done. So I was in the South this week, not Colorado, Arkansas and Alabama.
Okay.
And we were meeting up with head coach Eric Musselman, friend of the program, recurring guest, and we were doing a little video. Rico Bosco, if you don't know him, he's a big merch guy. So we were in the equipment room. He's like, Jake, why don't you have Musk give you one T-shirt? I'll give you the box, and I'll take the box. So I go up. Musk gives me the T-shirt. I go in for the handshake. Again, I don't think anyone's seen this yet.
Mhm.
And he goes in for the hug.
Uh-huh.
This communication. I get a little
Oh,
flustered.
no.
Walk the wrong way.
Oh no.
And
wait,
then Rico
the
walks out
hug.
with
Go
the
back to
box.
the hug. Did you?
Yeah.
I mean, that happens where someone
Of
goes
course.
handshake hug. Did you? You didn't melt into his arms or anything. And,
No. I don't really know what
like
happened.
A puddle and
Your body
almost-
language, you were nodding, but you said no.
Did you whisper in his ears? I feel so small in your arms, because that's what it
I
seemed
did not
like you
say
did.
anything.
It seemed like you did
but you know what happens with adversity? You try to make up for it. So we ran it back a few minutes later.
It doesn't count.
How'd it go the
I
second
didn't
time?
see
Went
that
better.
video. I didn't see that
It
video.
went better.
I'm comparing it to Virginia's story. UMBC, embarrassing.
Nah,
Come back, win it all.
nah.
Good redemption story.
I wouldn't say you won it all with the second one. Would you say that it compromises you as a journalist? Not only that you were accepting free gifts.
I heard you
you're,
guys talking
You're the
about
Mike
this on the
Silver
show.
of Arkansas basketball, essentially.
Nope. I
Wait,
accept
Jake,
the gift.
tell me about the first time that you experienced the power of Eric Musselman.
I accept the gift. I won't wear the other team's gear. I'll put it in your pile. We'll auction it off for charity.
Okay.
End
Well,
of the year.
I ride the Must Bus, so I'd like to keep the Arkansas.
Okay, or I can give it to you.
Yes.
Awesome. So
You
yeah,
had a good trip though.
it was awesome. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Nate Oates too, a recurring guest.
Yep. Did you beat yourself up a little bit about the handshake?
I mean, by the looks of Twitter, I was the first person to ever screw up a handshake.
How many times did you watch it?
Honestly, not as many as Rico, because it was supposed to be a video about Rico and his merch joke. I stole the spotlight from him.
No, you're the alpha. But to answer your question, 'cause
Classic Jake.
Jake didn't answer your question, Hank. I watched it about 150 times.
Same.
Yes.
On loop.
If you had to do it again, what lessons have you learned from it?
You know Muss, he's a big loving guy. I should have just went in for the hug. because we'd already been there for 24 hours.
Wait, what you learned is that you should have hugged him harder?
No, I went in for the handshake. If I went in for the hug initially, it would
I was going to say you should probably, because you clearly don't know how to interact with people, you should probably just cut off your hand so no one will ever try to shake your hand.
You know what happened the first time I shook your hand?
What?
Our interview?
Oh, you had wet hands.
You called me clammy hands.
Yeah, you did. You had clammy-ass hands.
Nervous.
That's
In
gross.
Saudi Arabia, they would absolutely just hawk that thing off if
Seriously,
if you screwed up a handshake like
it would help everyone. It would help you. It would help the people around you. Just no hands shake.
Just put him behind my back?
No, cut him off.
Kind of like you get a prosthetic microphone. Like that would give you a leg up in the journalism
and
game.
a hook.
Okay. Yeah.
Well, Jake, if you were like a double hand amputee, I guarantee you'd have a play-by-play, like a solid gig next year.
Maybe the last 5 minutes of every interaction you have like a pair of remember the mittens that had the connector when you were a little kid? You just put on a pair of mittens.
All right.
And it's like, hey, when you go to say goodbye, it's like, hey, listen, I can't be expected to do this like a normal human being, so see you later.
Well, at the end of the day, we talked about this with PFT and Hank during Stool Streams. Coach still respects me. That's what matters most.
I don't know.
Reputation. I'd rather keep that intact.
It's big.
And him invite us back. They have some big home games.
Bad
Kentucky,
handshake
of course,
guy.
West Virginia. Bob Huggins, friend of the program. So if he invites us back and he still respects me, maybe I call a game for them one day. That's what matters most.
Isn't that the greatest phrase ever, though? Coach still respects me.
Yeah, he does. He still respects you.
I have maybe an easier solution, though. You always have 2 coffees. Just get 2 things
I don't
from
drink
Starbucks.
coffee. I do have a water bottle with me at all times.
So then you have
that.
2 water bottles in your hands. You can't shake anyone's hand.
Yeah.
Fair.
Do you carry an inhaler?
No.
Around your necklace?
Zyrtec, Tylenol, and water.
You keep that on you?
In my
Keep
backpack.
them things on you all the time?
Stay strapped.
Yeah.
Zert.
Exactly.
All right, Billy, and then go into your recap, which you did a great job on Wednesday.
So I also moved last weekend at the end of the 10-day weekend, and I just figured out that my utilities is not in my rent, which I'm just moving out of home for the first time.
Yeah.
So I can't figure out how to pay those bills because
landlord.
Don't.
I know, but then I have to go through the utility company, and they haven't given me the account number and all these little organizational things that I'm just really, really bad at.
You're becoming a human being.
Right, but then my lights might get shut off.
Here's the thing, though, Billy.
They don't shut them off for a
Yeah,
while.
little tip. If you don't check your mail, you don't have to pay the bills that are in there.
It takes a while for them to shut them off. Your landlord might also, you might just have to pay him.
Okay.
You should just hit him up and be like, hey, do I pay you or do you want me to take over the account?
Yeah, it's just a lot of organizational stuff that I just not good at.
But you're growing
also,
up.
Actual piece of life advice, Billy. Just set up auto pay.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you'll come home and your
Billy's-
cable will be off.
And Billy's going to learn real
Speaking from
quickly how much
experience.
electricity it costs to keep 6 terrariums lit up all day.
I know. It's going to be tough. But yeah.
Are you bringing any of the animals with you?
Yes. I'm in a place where they're all legal.
Who'd you bring with you?
Oh, I got my dog.
What's his name?
I got my Whitey. I got my frogs.
How many frogs came with you?
I got 3 frogs.
Is that Carol Baskins? Oh no, those are the cats.
No, the cats all got adopted out. And I got a hedgehog, so it's all good.
What about the
That
chickens?
is a lot of electricity.
Chickens could not come.
Okay.
It is a lot of electricity. I'm gonna have to figure that out. I think I might hop on Cameo.
Okay. And then you had another one?
No, that seems about it.
All right, so your recap?
My recap. So, the Olympics are coming up around the corner, and as we've been seeing, a lot of Olympians have been getting tested for performance-enhancing substances and all that sort of stuff. Guess what sport is also in the Olympics, and they're starting to do the eligibility for?
Table tennis.
Golf.
Oh.
So, if you see any discrepancies in people's, drives
Swing
or sorts,
speed in their size compared to their size maybe 2 years ago.
Interesting.
Okay.
Like these golfers are going to the Olympics?
Yeah.
Driving, if there's any problems.
I don't think so. Remember, I think Colin Morikawa, because remember we talked to him about how I'm not going to root for U.S. if Bryson's on it?
Yeah, well, anyway, totally separate issue, but we'll see how because they don't drug test in the PGA.
Yeah, does the IOC, do they have a hotline that if you're anonymous you can call in?
I don't know. I don't think anybody's had any weird discrepancies.
Yeah, and the IOC's it's not hard, those drug tests, right?
No. Well, actually, they're pretty hard.
Oh, they are.
Yeah, so who knows?
Unless the Olympics are in Russia.
Yeah, and then Chris Paul wasn't drinking his secret stuff last night.
Oh, interesting.
You know, he had that bottle of secret stuff.
Yes.
Thought to be promoting Space Jam, but if we think he's got some vertigo or something, maybe he needs his secret stuff back. And
I bet you LeBron's like so happy that Chris Paul's failing right now, so he can be like, "Hey, come to LA and we'll win. I'll win you a ring."
Listen, what I just found: the IOC integrity line.
Oh,
it's a form that you can fill out online. If anybody happens to fit those descriptions that we just listed, just Google IOC integrity and compliance hotline. Hypothetically.
No, everything I said was just a joke. And also, Hank, you should really lay off the carbs if you want that six-pack.
Agreed.
Once I'm fully moved in, I'm back on a diet, but
carb free.
You can't start a diet in the process of moving.
I'm carb free except for donuts on Saturday and also pizza on Saturday
It's
and
actually
ice cream on Sunday.
It's actually the best time to start a diet because you just don't buy any bad food.
Right.
True.
In your fridge.
Also,
well, it
then you
has
have to
to
buy
wait
like takeout
after this weekend.
True.
Because
right.
it's a beach weekend. We're
and
gonna
on
do it up.
Monday's show, get ready because if you want to watch it, I think it's on HBO Max starting this weekend. But the boys, all of us, have tickets to a real live movie theater on Sunday night. We're going to the movies. We're going to watch Space Jam 2, and then we're going to walk into the studio and do a recap of it. So get excited for that. So if you want to play along, you can watch it at HBO Max. We're going to – it felt great to actually buy the movie tickets. What were you going to say, Billy? Oh, Jake, you didn't even know that. We're going.
Sunday, you did it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's right. You were here. Fuck.
Yeah, but I'm excited.
Yeah.
It'll be fun.
I'm excited. What are you guys going to do? Large popcorn?
I'm going to get the biggest popcorn they have, the biggest soda they have.
Mm-hmm.
Probably like a big Sprite.
Maybe some candy, Reese's Pieces.
Yeah. Sour
Snow
Patch
Caps,
Kids.
perhaps.
We'll have to do a rank our orders at
Reese's
movie
Pieces.
theaters.
Are you
Yeah,
going to smuggle anything in our pants?
Oh, God, Billy.
Like a
Billy.
frog?
No, just like
$80,000
food.
an episode.
Oh, yeah, I forgot.
Yeah. Come on. You
That's-
think I bought the whole theater out.
Actually, Billy,
That's young.
No.
Billy, if you want to smuggle something in, I would encourage that. Like
Actually,
the most
yeah.
ridiculous thing that you think you can smuggle in, I want you to do
No,
that.
Billy,
yeah.
because we're gonna tweet out what everyone's eating at the movie theater.
Okay.
So you can only smuggle in.
Okay.
You can't buy anything.
Perfect.
All right. That will be better.
Awesome.
So I look forward to whatever. It's gonna be just a thing of protein. Billy would actually bring
Just
a
powder.
big protein powder, but then just smuggle stuff inside of it.
Billy's going to just be blasting lines of Optimum Nutrition once we get in there.
All right.
No free ads.
Hope everyone has a great weekend. Let's do numbers 99.
Norwal.
63.
What were you going to say? 69.
86.
8.
18.
What'd you say, Bubba? 86 for Bubba. $47.
That's
AK-47.
that's
We've had a
happened
bunch
like
of those.
4 times, yeah.
47.
Norwal tusks were thought to be unicorn horns.
Norwell?
History. The first six-timer.
What?
Number 47.
The GOAT. That was,
New
a,
leader in the clubhouse.
that was a legacy ball right there for 47.
6 times?
6 times.
And how many numbers have never been picked?
So on Wednesday, 65 was a first-timer. We have... This is a Mike Francesa thing, but 6, 9,
Quick,
12,
quick, quick,
15, 18, 21, 23.
Wow.
Love you guys.